Most people pick the wrong CRM not because they didn't do proper research, but because they didn't get an honest breakdown from someone who builds these systems out. If you're in that position, watch this video. Now, you are probably in one of these three categories. First one, you're just starting out and you want to make sure that your CRM is on point from day one. Good move. Second, you've been using spreadsheets and Excel or database tools like Airtable to manage your leads, and you finally got the balls to admit that, these are not a proper CRM. I can't scale my business with these things. Massive respect to you, bro. Thirdly, you already have a CRM, but it's either slow, confusing, and overpriced. In this video, I'll be covering all three of you guys. Now, why listen to me? In this space for the last 6 years, building systems, automations, and AI, worked with over 500 plus CRM setups across all my teams. We worked with people like Nas Daily, ex-co-host of the Dave Ramsey Show, Anthony O'Neill, Law by Mike, Bad Marketing, 11-figure business owners building their systems and all those things, yeah? I'm not here to tell you which CRM has the best marketing page or the best features. I'm here to tell you what actually works. So here's what we're actually covering in this video, yeah? So we'll be going over all the top tools out there, all the top 15 to 20-ish tools that everyone's raving about, that market share has, that everyone's always going with, and I will be personally ranking which softwares that you need to go with based on which business you have, which features you need, what your price budget looks like, etc. Let's get into it. Let me rank things for you guys, yeah? So first let's start with Pipedrive, all right? I'm going to be putting Pipedrive is really good, but I will put them in B tier. I'll tell you why. Pipedrive is probably the most easiest CRM system that I've seen. Anyone who's getting started, right? If you're using Google Sheets or if you just have a business, you're not too tech savvy. You don't have too many complex things that's going on. You just have a normal business, like a brick and mortar or some small service-based business. Pipedrive is your best friend right now because it's simple to use. It's so easy, clean, and it has most basic connections that you need. And one of my favorite features is Pipedrive. I think it's one of those few CRMs that connects directly to the email and it can track the email activities and all those things. Not every CRM has email tracking capabilities inbuilt. So Pipedrive I would put them in B tier. The only reason I put them in B tier, although they have all these features, is they don't have all the key automations. Their automation platforms is quite limited, and the reporting dashboard platform is very limited. Very hard to track key details, and a lot of things like advanced forms, tracking of websites, all those things are just not that good. It does not exist at all. So I'm just going to put them in B tier. Yeah. Now, Google Sheets. Come on, man. It's D tier. Why would you use Google Sheets? Yeah. Like, I don't even know why people use Google. I get it. Firstly, the fact that you use Google Sheets instead of not having anything at all is beautiful. But the fact that you're still using Google Sheets, brother, do you want to stay stuck? Do you want to stay small all your life? No. You want to have a good business, have a good CRM system, I'll put them in D tier. If there's a tier below T tier, I would put them in there. But D tier is the lowest I can put them in. All right. Now, HubSpot is a hands down S tier. However, I want to put them in A tier. I'll tell you why I want to put them in A tier. Yeah. The only reason I want to put them in A tier is HubSpot. Why are you charging people so much? Yeah. It's insanely expensive. HubSpot is by far the best for any business owner. If you're not enterprise, even if you're enterprise, I think it's by far the best CRM system out there for most businesses. And I would only recommend HubSpot if you have crossed the $1 million threshold. You're making at least somewhere between $70,000 to $100,000 or more per month. That's when you need HubSpot, because HubSpot is going to cost you at least $2,000 for the pro plan. Yeah, everyone thinks HubSpot is easy because their first plan is like $14 per user. No, the second plan is $700. So when you grow, right, you are going to shift to that plan. It's going to be unaffordable. So don't start with HubSpot. Never ever start with HubSpot when your business starts. I'm going to tell you which business, which sales, which CRM to start with. Yeah, HubSpot is when you become a bit matured. You're that cool kid that's growing. You're in your puberty phase. You're growing. You're coming out of puberty. That's when you use HubSpot. Yeah, you're becoming an adult now. You got adult money. Use HubSpot. I would put them in A tier because they're so damn expensive, but they're just so good. They have all the key features: advanced tracking, broken drill downs. Now they have agents, such a cool automation. Yes, I do hate their automation platform because they charge you for each scripting and all those things. But they have CMS, they have advanced reporting. It's beautiful. HubSpot is, however, it's expensive and they charge you per user, charge you per contact. It adds up a lot. Now, Brevo. You know what? It's just a solid S tier for me. Brevo is what I would say is my third most favorite CRM out there. Very simple to use, such cool. Everything works. That's the most important part. Yeah. So there are certain tools I hate with a passion because they just don't work. They have so many bugs. Brevo has solid automation feature, decent reporting, good CRM, good UI, not too expensive, right bang on the money, which is why I would put them in S tier. But they don't have all the features that HubSpot. I know what, actually, I'm probably going to put it in A tier. Yeah, A tier is where they should be, because they don't have all the advanced features that HubSpot has, but good price, good deal, doesn't have issues and all that stuff. ActiveCampaign, I'll put them in S tier. Sorry, I'll put them in C tier. I'll tell you why. ActiveCampaign used to be A tier for me. I've been using ActiveCampaign for the last 6 years. One of the clients that I worked with was nine-figure business owner. I used to set up their entire ActiveCampaign to a point where their head and the founder pinged this internee guy like, hey bro, you're good, doing a kick-ass job, because that's how much I loved ActiveCampaign, and that's how in-depth I was in building automations for ActiveCampaign. But over the last 4 years, yeah, they went down and down. If I could, I would just put them in D tier, but the only reason I put them in C tier is they have such cool automation features. Yeah, their automation features are good, and the CRM system is not too clunky, simple to understand, and can be done. And they have things like user activity. You can see when emails are being sent out, stuff like that. I love those things, which is why I'm going to put them in C tier, because of all the stupid errors that keeps popping off in ActiveCampaign. Yeah. All right. So now I would put Monday CRM. It's easy D tier for me. I would consider this Monday, and let me put, where is Airtable? All these guys, I put them in the same place. Yeah, because they are not meant to be CRM. They are not meant to be CRM. They try to segment or market themselves as a proper CRM, but they are not. You can store key, if all you do is store the details, boom, go ahead. It's the cheapest thing that you can use. It's just like Google Sheets. But every good CRM, you need to have advanced automations to remind, to create tasks, to do this, to do that. You need to see the email conversation going back and forth. You want to send emails directly within the CRM system. You want to see reporting. You want to have more advanced details. It's just much harder to do. You could technically find ways, but you have to go through 100 different steps to do it. Why would you make your life so much harder? It's already hard as it is for entrepreneurs. You understand this, right? It's already hard as it is. Don't make it even further harder. Yeah. So easily D tier for Airtable and Monday.com. Not a good CRM. Not meant to be a CRM. Yeah. If you're meant to be a CRM, may God be with you. All right. Now HighLevel. See, I have a love and hate relationship with HighLevel. Yeah. But I would put HighLevel in S tier. I'll tell you why I would put them in S tier. Yeah. HighLevel literally has all the key features that any business owner who is just starting out needs. It has decent reporting, good enough reporting, not advanced reporting, like multi-line drafts, trend, all that. No, it has decent reporting. It has really love HighLevel's automation capabilities. Love it. Probably one of the best I've seen. Better than HubSpot. Love campaigns. Love its campaigns. Love its so many features. But when you want to go advanced, when you become that puberty child, right? When you become that puberty child, when you're starting to grow your business to $40,000, $50,000, it doesn't have all the features. You want advanced tracking. You want to see exactly which page they visited. What do they do to these pages? You want to have advanced reporting. You want to have custom objects, which they do allow, but it's limited in terms of what automations you can have. When you want to add more things in, HighLevel just fails at it. For example, company object, it's very limited. You can't have much automations for fields in company object. You can't import company objects. You can't have things like quotes and line items within quotes, and having different automations. It just gets limited. When you pass the $50,000 per month threshold, that's when you start noticing all the, you won't see, it's like this perfect girlfriend, right? You don't see all the flaws, but when she comes into your house, you see all the pimples she has, all these things. Yeah, it's like that. So that's why I would put them in A tier. And part of the reason why they would be S tier, again, the last feature is, I think this is the only CRM I have in this list that doesn't charge you for contacts and doesn't charge you for users. You only pay once for unlimited users and unlimited contacts. Part of the reason these things get expensive is because the more users you add in, the more expensive it gets, like $1,000, $1,100 per month. You just pay HighLevel $197, $297 or something like that. Boom, it's easy. I'm going to attach a link below in the description to get a free trial. Or if you want to have my own customized version of GoHighLevel, which will have a shit ton of automations in it, I'm going to attach a link for that as well. So yeah, it's that. Now Zoho. Bro, it's easily a D tier. You'll be like, Father, what are you talking about? Why would Zoho be D tier? Bro, I hate Zoho with a passion. I'll tell you why. I look at tools in the way in which how we can automate things, because that's the only way you should be looking at tools, how we can automate things. Zoho is literally the worst tool I've seen in terms of automation. If you want to build advanced automation, multi-step automation, Zoho doesn't allow you to do it. You need to have a thing called Zoho Flows, and Zoho Flows is shit. It doesn't work properly, much harder to track things. When I was working with clients in Nas Daily, their entire team was using Zoho. They came to me They want someone to quickly fix something. I quickly fixed it up for them. They loved it. We've worked together with the head of ops for so many years later. But I told them, hey, Zoho is shit. I've been trying to automate this small thing for you. When reply comes in, see who replied, who opened it, and then send a follow up. I couldn't do that shit. It took me 3 weeks to build a very simple thing that I could build in 2 minutes in any tool out there. And they still don't have features. There are feature requests 12 years old in Zoho that no one has shipped. It's why would you use Zoho? Don't use Zoho, is all I can say. So the next one is Close CRM. So I would put Close CRM in BTA, yeah? So I heard so many great things. I personally use Close CRM for a lot of my coaching clients. I feel like coaches love Close CRM, yeah? Because it's so simple. It's set up it's very simple. It's very minimalistic and has basic automations. The only reason I put Close in BTA is that the automation capabilities are quite limited. And the UI, you want more customizations. Close.com doesn't allow you to have more customizations to it. It's just quite limited in terms of customizations, in terms of certain key features that a business would need, and advanced reporting and automations in my personal opinion. I haven't used them in a year back. I think it's been 6 to 12 months since I used it. I'm not sure how many features they shipped since then, but from what I saw a few months back from a client's meeting, it's still not there yet, which is why I put it in BTA, but coaches love it for some reason, yeah? Use it at your own discretion. Salesforce, I would put them in SDR as well. For business owners, is if only your enterprise, Salesforce is a really good option to have, but it gets really expensive. It's much more expensive than HubSpot. And if you don't set it up correctly, it could literally be a D tier if you don't set it up correctly. That's why having a Salesforce consultant or CRM consultant like myself is important in terms of setting up things like Salesforce, because it's going to be an S tier based on how you set it up, or it's going to be a D tier based on how you set it up. All right. So Microsoft Dynamics, I'm gonna refrain from commenting on it, because from what I've seen so far, it looks very bad. It doesn't look, it has all the features in the world, but because I haven't used it, I'm not gonna give any rating. But from what I've seen, I would put them in BTA, just from what I've seen. All right. So I'm not going to comment on that just because I haven't done it. Oracle, NetSuite, same thing. From what I've seen, it looks too clunky and it's like Windows XP. But again, I haven't used it. None of my clients, I think only one of my clients, I've seen them using it and it didn't look too good. So I'm going to put them in B tier, but it's just one example. I will put them in B tier. From what I've seen, it doesn't look too complex and too advanced. And the UI looks shit. It looks like Windows 7. I don't want my CRM to, it has to be advanced, modern, has all the key integrations and apps. I feel like Bitrix lacks those things, which is why I see a lot of Bitrix jobs, because no one can figure that shit out by themselves. It looks too complex and looks a bit clunky and doesn't have all the highest integration that you could have in things like GoHighLevel or HubSpot. So I'd put them in B tier, but people still use it, people still love it. So B tier it is. SAP, bro, it's easily, I don't understand. I really don't. People who I saw use SAP, it looks like Windows XP. Why would you use it? It's like Windows 96. I don't understand why these enterprises use SAP, yeah? SAP, I get it. You can customize it. It's somewhat customized to your own organization and all that stuff, but it's so backwards. How are you guys using it? I don't understand. D tier, easily. SugarCRM, I would put them in C tier. Actually, put them in just because they're open source, yeah? I want to put them in B tier. From what I've seen, actually, you know what? I'll put them in A tier. From what I've seen, they have open source, allow you to have basic integrations, decent reporting. You can have much more customization since it's your own code. But for a business owner, don't even think about it, because you need a developer to set this open source thing up. There are better tools out there. So yeah, Notion. I love Notion. Yeah, I'm a huge Notion guy, but Notion has no business being your CRM, has no business at all. It's just like Google Sheets. It's just a database management tool. Don't use it. Attio, on the other hand, I will put Attio on A, right? Attio doesn't have all the features that, like, things like it has campaigns, it has newsletters. I just love Attio because it's pivoting an industry into an AI-enabled CRM. So Attio does something called data enrichment, where whenever you add a contact in, it's going to fetch all the key fields, their LinkedIn account, their phone number, their email, whatever is missing. It is beautiful. There is so many AI enablement in Attio, which I love. But Attio is, I would put them in BTA, but I just love the fact that one CRM is pushing the curve in this industry to being AI enabled. And I feel like CRM is going to be in this, quote me on this, in the future, people are not going to go to the CRM at all. Everything is going to be voice or some lot of interface. There's going to be no interface, no user interface. It's just going to be voice or command or text from agentic stuff. And I feel like, Attio is the closest that we can have from what I've seen. That's the most popular ones out there that's there yet. because it has a lot of AI enabled features. The only reason I put them in ATA, but if not, I would just put them in BTA because it's not there yet. All the features, the branch reporting, all that stuff is not there. So that's pretty much me ranking all the key CRM tools out there. I hope you guys got better context on what tools to go with. I would watch out the video on how to choose a proper CRM, and the most important, best video of them all I've created is how to automate your entire sales system and sales process. So I'm going to attach that video in here as well. I hope this video was helpful, and all I ask you to do is just click on subscribe. If you like such stuff, I'll be posting more on CRM and automations for business owners, and just click on the like button. I'm gonna black out the screen. You see yourself right there watching this entire video for free and not giving back to the guy who spent all this time explaining these things. All you ask is just click the like button so he can reach more people like you. All right, now we are back at this beautiful face. So click on the like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Yeah, ciao. See you then.